And hello guys, welcome back. And today guys, we'll be doing part 2. Be doing part 2 of World Cup. NA West. And guys, I hope you guys enjoy NA West.
Yeah, but oh well, here we are. There, okay, of course. Okay, I'm trying. I did my best. Anyway, here.
And it was a little girl picking up Timber Skelty, the player from Mexico there, and we're into that top 15, as you said. And additionally, too, there were a lot of top 10 players who were in this, players who last time we checked the leaderboard are up there right away. You can see Rex and Domo in there. CJ was in the lobby. A little girl pushes in and will pick up an Elam. Rex puts both of the straps on the side. 1, 2, and typical gamer gets taken down. He was on a spree of himself, but Rex says, don't you know who I am? I know who you are, but it's time you learn my name. Brilliantly done there from him.
Well, he's got a big galaxy brain and tiny little arms, but Pika is up on the high ground there. He's going to go ahead and try and contest. Fisco, I believe, is the way you would say that name. Now, Pika having a little bit of difficulty, but keep in mind, he's got the 8 builds. That's why he's not trying to get crazy beyond fast. Decimated, but Night Slayer says, I am the Pika Slayer. Go back to lobby, friends. And look at this. Fisco's like, oh, did something happen? I guess I'm just going to drop back down. Everyone down below, everyone okay?
Yeah,
I'm good.
Night Slayer showing off his Earth type right there now as Rex continues working on the mid-tarp. Does put down the first campfire, trying to get as much effective HP as he can. Will top off to 100 right before the storm that comes through. Finds the first shot. Can he connect afterward? And he does. That was Night Slayer right after he took out Domo. So now Rex on the low ground, sends the player down. Woo! 2, but Fisco catches himself right after. Fisco in your top right, Rex in your bottom right. 70 builds to 32. Fisco is going for an early campfire. He committed. No! Why would you stop it?
Oh no.
So he stopped it because he saw that Rex was on the low ground and continued going through. So even if he had gotten it, he wouldn't have had the health advantage. But now the circle is closed. Rex just needs to hang out. He saw Fisco do it early, and he gets him. Rex had tagged him forever ago with it, pushing himself up to 39 points there. 19
out all the way at the top there, 59 points, only 4 games played. I think he's playing a different version of Fortnite compared to everybody else. Symmetrical, Deuces, Sparl, Jarvis, Arkham, a ton of players, Harrians that we've seen over the course of the entire day so far from NA West. But I want to take 2 seconds real quick and look specifically at Symmetrical. 5 games played, 3 victory royales. Here's what's shown up so far. This is scary consistency minus this outlier number 3 there. But if you look in the bottom right, placement has been huge thus far. 70% of the 50 points that he's earned up until now. It's crazy. It's a spread like we have not typically seen. Usually we see closer to 40-60 or even a 50-50 down the line. But like I said, 5 games left, still Symmetrical on a solid push. See if he can maintain that top 1, 2, 3 position. You have to remember, if Pika does maintain number 1, he's already qualified. So those 2 positions for NA West shift down just one little one bump. A lot of competition still out there. This is the last week for solos across the board. This is the last set of games for the last region. Before we get to those, we've got to take a quick 5-minute break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to cast this thing and knock out the rest of the weekend. See you in a bit.
Zeke, this is it. This is the last chance, all right? People need to know about this block party, all right? This is your last opportunity to get them involved, to get them hyped. Zeke, everyone's gonna be there, all right? DJ Zeke's gonna be there. DJ Sundown's gonna be there. Everyone's gonna be there, all right? The people are waiting. All right. You know what, man? I'm DJ Zeke. I don't need no card. But what you need to do is buy your tickets to the block party. Tickets are only $35, Fortnite fam. Listen, all right? June 15th, 16th, at the LA Forum. Day 1, Creative Showdown. Listen, all right? Team Evolve built an incredible map. Spoiler alert, it's dope. Day 2, Celebrity Pro-Am. 50 pro gamers, 50 celebrities, all battling out for a $3 million charity prize pool. What more do you want? What more do you need? Fortnite fam, you need to be there because we are ready to party with you. Bam!
Heyo Fortnite fam, Sundown here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Flintlock pistol and its impact on competitive play.
The flintlock pistol is a great addition. Sometimes it'll just change the course of a fight.
The things you can do is insane. You can get height with it. It shoots pretty far. You can almost use it as an AR at the beginning game just to get one shot. It'll hit for like 80, 90 in the body.
And this is looking really good for Horrify, but the Flintlock is going to get the high ground. Nikiva, such a smart play.
The Flintlock is a common and uncommon weapon that uses heavy ammunition. It does 86 or 90 damage depending on rarity, and it has a 2 times headshot multiplier. This means that outside of a sniper rifle, it has the highest single shot damage potential in the game. However, the Flintlock only allows for 1 shot at a time, has pretty decent damage fall off, and also takes 3 seconds to reload. In addition to all of this, the Flintlock also has a mobility component to it. When fired, it will impulse the shooter backwards, and if the bullet strikes a target, it will impulse the target away from the shooter. This can allow for some tricky plays to be made.
Player there, run down in the storm, jump, turn, finds him, yeah!
We've seen a decent amount of use out of the Flintlock during the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. So let's hear from some of the qualified players to get their opinion on its addition to the game.
If I'm low on HP and I have to choose one weapon, it will be this one. You can actually like kill someone from 200 HP to 0 without taking any shots.
And it's also really good for competitive play because if you're high ground or if you want to get away from the situation, the Flintlock, when you use it, it knocks you some distance so you can get away or you can get high ground over someone. I think it just adds a lot of like different plays you can make with it. I think it's good.
I personally really like the Flintlock. I think it's a really good weapon. I think it's a really strong weapon in the right hands. You need to know how to use it and you need to base your whole game around it if you want to use it right.
It's just the kind of weapon we need more.
I definitely think it's one of the better things that have been added skill-wise. I like that it's so versatile. I really like it competitive. Definitely deserves a spot here.
Thanks for watching, and hopefully you saw how the Flintlock can be utilized in the right hands. What is the best Flintlock play you've done or seen? Share it with us using the hashtag Fortnite World Cup, and we'll be seeing you guys on the battle bus, or maybe Flintlocking through the air.
Welcome back, Fortnite fans, to continued coverage of the Fortnite World Cup online open qualifiers. Now, of course, if you've been with us, you know we're in week number 9. We are knee-deep in NA West action, and I'm not going to hold you up much longer. Let's get Dr. Lufo, Monster D-Face up on deck because I want to get into more games. Gentlemen, it's over to you.
How's it going, man? Yeah, I'm ready to crush it today. NA West, looking towards the very end of the day, which means this is the very end of solo qualifiers for New York City.
Last opportunities, guys, to get in there and make it happen. So we're going to be hopping right into these next set of games. And I mean, we saw the leaderboard symmetrical just at the top. We've seen them kind of rocking it out.
Speaking of symmetrical, look, wait. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bushes in a row, and I think a 6th bush inside the box. Are those all players on the outside, or what's going on here? The camouflage is so good, I can't really tell. My vision is based on movement, so I'm not. I'm like a T-Rex. Oh, the trap behind. It'll chase pushing away. Barely dodging that one. Loadout looking a little thin right now. Blue tactical AR, blue combat shotgun, which I'm going to be honest means, honestly, the world at this point. How a lot of these players are playing. Gray AR, not too bad. 23 points thus far, 1 elimination, 78 builds, and a dream of New York City.
Yeah, that's exactly.
So guys, just to say, when 20 minutes goes by, I'll actually make a part 3. Got that? Alright. I meant when there's 20 minutes left.
Straight across the entire field there.
No reason to go too early either. I mean, at this point, he's just going to try and drop in and get high ground of what's still safe. Landing just outside the zone. Going to box up and build a little bit of a base. Up in the air. Combat shotgun, attack AR. Not a ton of ammunition for that tack. I say that, only 100 rounds, but it's still only 100 rounds. No opportunities to take too many shots on players rotating. Aiden, one of the stars of NA West. Floating around in a baller there. Meanwhile, Epic Whale, Kanji, about to take a shot at this heavy snipe and see if he can follow through. I almost guarantee. There it is. 1-2 shots. Couple shield tags on the inside. Didn't even look like critical damage, though, which is too bad.
Crazy to see how much the game has changed, too. I've seen players rocking double heavy snipes. If you can find them,
back to back.
They can
Quick
catch
scope the
people off
second
guard, yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you see someone that's maybe midfield, they're going to try and finish that mini. Because there's a bit of hesitation. They're thinking, I need to pop this so I can make sure that I get the shield. When in fact, the thought should be, I need to wall off after the first heavy snipe because there's got to be a second or something's on its way still. Heroes and Edgy, 2 eliminations here for Epic Whale. The 4 now, 29 points and 141 builds. 2 rips, those are going to need to be used relatively soon, or they're almost obsolete. We'll see, though. Launch pad into a rotation. Around the mountain we go.
Yeah, he did get shot there, so he's going to have to land, kind of slow things down just a little bit. Someone got boogied over to his left-hand side. Is he going to snatch up that opportunity to kind of jump on, get snot? That player got right back in the ball, and down the hill he went.
Gotta go. No time to waste any of it. Player dropping in above. Epic Whale trying to follow through on that. Elam can't quite find it, and a big combat shotgun shot from that range. Very effective as Epic Whale's forced down to 76. Gonna have to play on the defense. Use that rift. Probably the last super safe time to use it, assuming nobody looks up. One of those players that may look up for too long. Jarvis, somebody we've had our eyes on a number of times for NA West already.
I was literally watching him back in the talent room. Jarvis.
That's real. I can confirm that he actually was.
Yeah, like just sitting there staring at his games because he's been having quite the run. A couple unfortunate hiccups, but all in all, just pretty decent run here. He's really made his way to the top of the radar, and I've been so interested to kind of follow his gameplay at this point. Up in the right-hand corner, guys, Victory Royale worth 10 points, but don't forget placements are all the way through, and talk about that, top 25 just sprints. Jarvis and everyone else in this lobby, a couple more points just for being alive right now, and each elimination is worth 1. Nico goes down to Jarvis.
Quick reaction, player pushing up, no builds for Jarvis right now, just 1, now 0, and shots come out from a corner, edit up above. Jarvis gonna have to try and apply pressure, there's no other opportunity, just kidding. Sculler goes down, looking for a back-to-back. Denying the feed just in case those Elams come in way too quick. Ruddy goes down as well. PGG Jarvis moving forward. Excellent set of plays. No materials still, though, after building himself into a box. Finds, an attempt on a player. The shadow bomb there, he got locked in on it. Somebody else from above does follow through with shots. Seal Math is duo right here.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff there. I see Kate and G all in those players' names, so bunch of friends basically at this point, all in the same lobby. But here they're enemies. Aiden jumps up, goes with the side hop, takes the high ground using the storm. But the cost, 60 HP to take this high ground, and the opponent didn't even expect it.
Not a big deal.
It was worth it.
Not a big deal, honestly. He may have spent the 60 HP. Use it as a commodity to make his way to the top. A very good push of the ball.
It's declining slowly but surely once again. Just keeping this high ground. He used a baller to get here. You can tell that he still has fairly comfortable materials for endgame. Deuces goes down there as Aiden is continuing to rain down top 3 situation. Trashy versus Little Chase. Trashy catches that one, and Aiden is now at 100 shield here in a 1v1 versus Trash.
Trashy out, no attempt, no climb. Just taking an opportunity, pop a couple minis, It may not be enough, though. Aiden stuck
Dude,
right
no
next.
way.
No way! And Trashy with the 9,000 IQ play to literally
fake
just
out.
sit in the bottom. Exactly.
He faked him.
He popped the shadow bomb, but didn't even push. He sat, and Aiden spent all his time trying to track what couldn't even be tracked because Trashy was still in the bottom. Aiden literally lost an easily winnable game just because of an outplay mentally.
I promise you this, he'll never do that again.
Oh,
because
100%.
There's a distinct sound when someone jumps with the shadow bomb. And Aiden just, out of pure defense and safety precaution, put up the planks to protect himself, but he traded out storm damage. I bet you Aiden never makes that error again right there. And this is the rinse and repeat that competitive players have to go through. You have to go through these and then learn from your mistakes, most importantly.
It's like you ever see like the label warnings on a product, and you look at it and you're like, why is that on there? But you realize that's got to be on there because it happened one time, right?
It happened.
One time. And the same thing applies here. You don't think about it until you're in the situation where you're like, wait, this is a thing that I need to be concerned with because it caught you off guard, maybe cost you, in that case, potentially 4 points if Aiden had gotten the elimination and the push from the Victory Royale. Yeah, like you said, it's not going to happen again because I think Aiden's got the warning label on now, right?
That's right, and this is what the World Cup is all about, and that's why this is the best practice for qualified players, regardless. He's still a champ. We'll see him in New York City, but Snorrier catches that whiz. Very nice.
It's Harriens, dude.
Oh my.
Backwards. Bro,
yo, call me way off. I'm like,
you got
sorry.
duped so bad. Oh, shout out to Harriens for having a name that not even literally one of the most knowledgeable players I've ever seen. Monster D-Face can see it. If you have other names that are like that, anybody that's got a backwards one,
whoever's working on you building your brand is fire them because you're not winning with that.
Tag Monster D-Face on Twitter, hashtag Fortnite World Cup. We got to get a list of names for Monster to look out for so we didn't stumble on any more, right?
That was a tough one, dude.
Player taking shots all the way across, 32 remaining. We got 7 more to go before we're into placement points.
Here it is, Spook. Wait, did I read? No, it's Coops. It's Coops. No? This is right.
I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea at this point.
We don't know anymore, but here it is, Spook. Hopefully, looking to pop someone here. Finds the window. Nice build right there, and oh man, building with Willet is terrible. Way above the threshold here. He's closing in on his top 25. Can he hold out? That's really what he's looking for. 38 points. He's in contention. There's still time to queue up here. He is totally in the running right now. And that's a big 3-piece right there. 2 huge legendary AR shots connect. One being a headshot, rips apart the shield. Combat follow-up, so clean. Spook goes back in to recycle the geyser and just gonna keep him in the air, just trying to get this placement right now.
2 quick ticks out in the storm. What does have the highest drop right now, slowly floating in. Bucky starting to take shots. Wouldn't surprise me if descent happens very quickly from those that are still floating because of that. Power on the bottom you saw for just a second, very low HP. Tricks picking feet off and feet out. Toast getting an elimination. Power going down to himself and the storm. Hate to see that player on the outside. Alex Toast does get eliminated. Mockin, 26 left. 1 more goes down. Whoever this 26th position is going to feel bad about missing placement points, but it is the way of the road, as they say. Ultra Laser Hawk is the player, and we are now in the top 25 for placement. Everybody picking up 3 points. The community launchpad may be going to pay the price. Doesn't quite go down. Now Mockin down to 66, catching a competing player. Going to the same launch pad, and everybody's flying in here at Lazy Lagoon. We're basically headed straight. In fact, it's an entirely in the water 8th circle that we're moving towards right now.
And like placement is only just barely given out. As we're in 20 players on a riverbed, you can't walk down there. You have to build. This is such a weird end game.
I mean, you can try, but it's going to be real sad when you have to jump along the bottom. Look at this, Boxy taking shots and then immediately getting shot at from Ty Tanks above. Goes down and Ty pushes in to try and get the loot. Player competing for that. Barband going down outside. Spook rotating forward, maintaining basically the 3rd floor up. A rip, gonna use it, maybe not. Decides not to, gonna move forward. A player dropping in the same box. Surprise, I'm in the box too, and Dotback goes down. Spook maintaining all the way on the outside of the zone. A couple storm ticks. That Siphon actually did end up saving him, down to 49 HP now. 12 players left. Ty, Spook. A number of other players rotating in, stuck on the bottom underneath the waterfall.
He got up and over, though. He did get up and over. That's going to be a weird place to rotate up. He knows that's why he's looking right now, trying to see if he can find someone. Players are going to go down to the storm right now. That's one. Iota goes down already. It's such a weird spot. Their struggle must be happening here. Synergy and Diggles fighting in the zone as well.
Look at it in a shot. Combat shotgun rotating around the outside, trying to chase that player down, decides not to continue pushing just in case somebody else might be there. Like TIE Tanks, a quick elim there, picking up another siphon. The 50 HP shield total there, very important.
Just a bit ago, he had 49 health, guys. Now he's at 150. He is in the game right here.
Swing.
Will he get to 200 in time? Nope, someone snatches it up, but it's okay. He catches Aaron.
Rift.
Right there, and there is a free rift. Definitely want to use that. Everyone already to the sky at this point. Top 5, all placement points have been given out, besides the victory royale at this point.
Knocking on the ultimate low ground, taking shots, traps to defend from anybody dropping in, like Just Chillin', who does go down very quickly. Another elimination, 7 now in 5 builds. Maybe looking for another shot on the players underneath. There are a handful down there. A quick grenade, I don't know if he caught that. Just tosses one down to see if he can get a hit on somebody. Maybe the 60 seconds before the storm.
Can he get it?
Picks him
Can
out,
he get it?
caught on the outside. He's got one build. Floor, he's gonna have to push up, find it. Gets it.
Did he get it?
Bertsack.
Did he get the mats?
Dropping in.
He got a
He
few.
did.
Yeah,
He did. He's
just
good
a few.
still. 3 players now knocking on the ultimate low. And watch this. Everybody's about to get pushed in the air because of the path of the storm. And that might...
He needs to hit the shot.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Staying just barely away from the vent. Almaken gets 4 eliminations. The victory royale and everybody else. At that point, because it was so close to the end of the game, nobody wanted to go for the vent because you're pushed up in the air, and with the circle that small, you are asking to tick out storm damage. You want to stay engaged, so a forced rotation out into the storm is the only option at that point.
Yeah, and that's why Spook was trying so desperately hard to push through that building and catch the Elam before he took off in the geyser, but he did manage to throw him up and couldn't get the siphon to keep him in the game. But here we're Cryptic, charges back that bow, and he West, 30 minutes left to queue up and get the last bit of your games. 30 minutes, you can effectively queue maybe 2 full games, one from here to then, and then your last, but it's only if you have more than 2 games left, then you got to start pushing through. We call those WP games. So as you see, the lobby right now is a normal lobby in a sense. As we approach towards the end tail, these lobbies are going to get probably like slimmed down.
And more, it's scarier and scarier every single time you go in there. Right now, you have to realize that these games are queued against players of relatively similar scoring. As we get closer to the end of the block, you're going to be looking at lobbies with players with very high point counts. Very, very competitive lobbies, very difficult lobbies. We got on West 2 spots, by the way. Top 2 of 3,000 people. Top 2 of 3,000 people is... It's terrifying to think that that's how narrow it is. That's how few people make it through. We've gone through multiple weeks of this, of players trying to play out of their minds. Cryptic slays, picks up the first elim. Couple easy shots to AR from above.
It's that boom bow though, man. Ripped apart all the shield in that player.
Just recently nerfed too. A little bit of a
drawback.
Yep. A quarter of a second longer now, but players still very efficient with it. You just have to time it a little bit better.
Any kind of change to that weapon is welcome, I'm sure.
You trying to tell me that people have a problem with the relative utilization of a weapon? Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience? No way.
Of course not.
Never. You smile.
Insane.
You're insane.
Here we have
You're insane.
Blitzifer. 2 stinkers. We saw stinkers kind of clean up some players earlier today. Just an end game. No way to defend against it. Persian goes down. Now Blix. He can take this ball. He can just go through the loot if he really wants to. He's not going to do so. So he's going to be content with what he has and get to the next zone here.
Too risky at this point. He's got to rotate so far still, and he's got so many players that are still out here ahead of the zone. JP2 right there. King Flash at the top, challenging Cryptic Slays. Hunt as well, landing the same spot. Spicy right underneath. Meanwhile, Sap from Ghost. Looking to make a play down here in the bottom, decides to not get too aggressive and uses that rip, seeing most likely that right now, at the time of the rift, 27 players left. I think the option there was, I don't even want to risk it. I want my placement points, which he gets now.
Yeah, not only that, so someone like, he had like 2 players somehow end up in his box. One might have been a shadow, the other might have been a baller, so.
Exactly.
He is not trying to stick around there.
The best course of action, honestly. Down to 22 now, and he's got to make it to 15. You see the top right there, the placement required to get the next set of points.
He's doing pretty good for himself this game right here. He's got double heals going on, playing for the high ground, manages to take it up, and it's his.
Do it.
He's just got to run it up. He's connecting with all the combat. Someone is trying to break him down. Doesn't even matter. He does manage to connect here, and there's 2 or 3 players now above him. He's going to use that moment of distraction to lower his elevation and probably just go back on the hunt in just a bit here, but
still
Stinkers
get pressure
are
above.
piecing.
One more needs to go down.
That dodge right there. Sidestep, fake out. Now taking down the high ground player again, but lets his guard down, and someone's already on it.
Actually did pick up an elimination fake. He jumped off the top. Ended up going down to that. In the feed right there. 11 players left. Sap, 2 eliminations, 56 builds, and it's pretty much all metal, which is perfect for late game. If you had to have a situation where you get 1 material at the end, it's got to be metal every single time. You use that to zone people out as the storm's pushing in behind. Slows them down because they have to try and knock out those walls, and it's going to take multiple hits. And at the same time, maybe a chance for you to edit back, go for elimination. Hector here, the ultimate low ground, moving forward, 35 points so far. Still in contention, Cryptic Slays in your feed, putting it down to the top 10 remaining. Fet goes down.
Yes, indeed, there's a player right here. He does have the edit, makes the double shot, connects with a 136 combat. Just 1 hit was the one that took him down, but didn't break the wall in time. Is he going to be?
Oh, what a bait.
King Flash waiting for that. But hey, he brought in a slurp juice for King Flash. That's going to be a big come up for him. And
special delivery.
just look at how much health these players in the low ground have. No Flash, just gets 1 limb right there. It's going to put him back in. He get hit.
Saf in the ultimate high ground, just big chilling with already built structures. In fact, the Saf in the ultimate high dropping down, starting to descent, a little bit of fall damage. Both players at the bottom are literally.
Alrighty guys, so I'm gonna end the stream. Not stream.